Hello again. This is my reflections video on the whole tfnation experience. Yet again, I've got a really bad cold, still sweating, still rocking the band, so I'm going to be editing it again just to get rid of all the coughs, so it's not going to appear to be very natural. Are we all okay? Good. I'm going to do a breakdown of exactly how my weekend went and what I did, as coming from somebody who's never been to a convention, a Transformer convention before. So, on the Saturday, I got there at about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, something like that. I couldn't make it on the Friday and I bought a whole weekend ticket. But unfortunately, due to work, I couldn't make it. So I turned up on the Saturday, and the first person I saw when I was walking through the lobby, when I was taking the bags up to the room, was you. And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to introduce myself to people and just go, hi. And I just went over to Thew and I went, Mr. Adams, and shook his hand, and I had to go, so I couldn't really talk to him, and I just carried on going. I got to the room in the Hilton, and we had a really nice room that was right at the end of this corridor, which had a nice view of the pond and everything. Great amenities, good size. Because I went with my family opposed to just going on my own. And they were going to go and do their thing. But if you buy an adult ticket, you get a child's ticket for free. So I got a wristband for myself, and I got like a kid's wristband that I gave to my kids. So I went down to the main hall, and you go and register your ticket, and they give you a wristband, and they give you one of these. And this is your tfnation souvenir magazine. It's a great magazine. It's really laid out. Just tells you about all the stuff that's happening while it was going on. I must say that the actual organisation, the people that were doing it, somebody who's never been to one of these things before, was really good. And the people who sorted it out were fantastic. Lovely people. Every time I went into a room and I needed a little bit of light, they kind of went, well, you need to go this, you need to do this. And they checked bands, and they were very professional, very well laid out. At no point did I ever think that they'd not organised something right. It was absolutely perfect. So in the main hall, for people who've not been, I don't know if many people will be watching, this might be a few. For people who've never been, you have a main hall. And the main hall is got, half of the hall is made up of people selling Transformers. And then the other half is like chairs laid out, and then like a table, like a big long table at the end, like a Comic-Con kind of table with a screen behind them, and that's where the guests go. And the guests go and they sit there, and then they talk to people and explain all their stuff to the Transformer fans. So half of the room is like that. Half of the room is full of toys. And this is a bloody big room. It's a massive room. As you walk in, I mean, I've seen stuff before with toys and things like that. I've never seen this amount of Transformers all in one space. And you just are overwhelmed, absolutely overwhelmed by the amount of Transformers that are there. Thousands, tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of Transformers in boxes and lying about, and like brand new stuff, rare stuff, all that kind of stuff. Every single thing you could possibly imagine, Transformer wise, there. Big cabinets full of G1, cabinets with like boxed G1, stuff that's never been out of the packaging. Oddities, like I saw a guy that was selling like thermos flasks and all this like really weird stuff from the 80s. There was a cabinet, and he had all the old Transformers, and he'd left on the price labels from Woolworths, and it was like a couple of quid for these Transformers that were obviously a lot more expensive these days. So if you were going to there and you had like an idea of spending £1,000 on the Transformers, you could. But if you went there with the intention of spending 60, 70 quid on Transformers, you still can. and you can just go there and you can hunt and hunt and hunt. And there's like the first shop I went to, basically when I had a little walk around, I wanted to keep an eye out for TFR Wilderness. Jason, as a lot of you may know him. I went into his store and there he was, and I just said hi, and he came round and we had a hug, and we had a bit of a chat for about 10-15 minutes, and it was really nice. It was nice to actually meet somebody that I've been in communications with for such a long time, and actually meet properly. It's great that this kind of event can bring people together. So yeah, he was selling some Transformers, so I decided to buy some bots off of him, and I bought off of him a few that you'll see in my other video. I won't go into details on the Transformers. Yeah, we had a chat, and then I thought, well, I'm going to carry on going round. So what I did, I went over the way, and I decided to start looking for Transformers that were like loose, used ones, which were really reasonable in price. Anyway, as I was going through these bags, and bearing in mind I've only been at this convention for an hour, 3/4 of an hour, something like that, a gentleman came up to me and he just went, "You're Hot Rodney Prime, aren't you?" It was a guy who watches my videos, and he had actually bought, right there and then, a Human Alliance Bumblebee, as I call it, Bumblebee. And he said, "I got this because you are always going on about it." He says, and then I look up and you were there. So he came over and he said hello. Really weird, really strange thing about it. It proves a point that if you go out and you create things and you try and bring people together, it's fantastic that this is proof that this kind of thing works, and it's great that can happen still. So we had a chat for a while, and he was a really nice guy. I can't remember the name of his channel at this moment in time, but I will put a link in the description. Go check his channel out. He's just done a Transformer haul for tfnation. Top lad, really good stuff. I bumped into a lot of people from all the different communities, all the different Facebook and Transformer communities, and I went and said hello and shook their hands and said, "Hi, you okay? Yeah, okay, my name's Gary, Hot Rodney Prime, yeah, okay." So yeah, you kind of bump into people. It's a very busy time, and a lot of people are seeing friends and seeing people that they only see once a year. So I understand that that it's hard to go around and see everybody and interact with everybody for long periods of time. After all, they're there to see their friends, and I do understand that. I haven't got there's no criticism towards that. So yeah, I went to a lot of the stalls. One of them, my favourite one, was a store called Toy Foo. I mentioned Toy Foo a lot in my other video, but the guys on Toy Foo were really lovely people, and they were doing it for charity. A lot of their stuff is donation based, so the next convention I'm going to take a bag of stuff down and just give a little bit back. So I think it's a great thing to be involved with. And I bought some absolutely stonking stuff off them. Yes, as well as loads of Cyberverse figures and all sorts of other stuff. But yeah, there's other stuff to buy in there as well. I bought myself some nice T-shirts. When I went to get the T-shirts, the guests were coming out on the stage. Now, those who know me through the communities and what have you, they'll know that I'm not actually that clued up on a massive chunk of the Transformers lore. It's something that passed me by. So, for instance, I don't know the Beast Wars cartoon. I knew who some of the guests were, but not that many. Richard Newman was the guy who voices Rhinox. I have a Rhinox toy. I have a few Rhinox toys. But like I say, I've never seen the cartoon. He seemed a really nice guy, but when you have a guy that comes out on a stage that you don't really know, it's a bit like... Okay. Paul Eiding? He's the guy who voiced Perceptor on the Transformers movie. He seemed okay. It was he was all right. A few little stories and things that they say about the whole movie and everything. He seemed all right. A lot of the other people are involved with the IDW side of it, and there's people like James Roberts, Alex Millen, and I don't know who these people are. So it's hard to get interested in something that you know very, very little about. However, these guys, these two, Simon Furman and Jeffrey Senior, I know exactly who they are, and went with the intention of getting some stuff signed. All I wanted was to have my Dragon's Claws #1 and What If Death's Head Had Lived comic, which is done by both of them. Both of them had everything to do with these two. I left them on the table at home like an idiot and didn't take them with me. So anyway, I went to the bar after that, and then I saw from a distance a few people, and first of all I bumped into the TF and such lot, Chris and Nat, or Chris Nat as they're going to be known from now on, and I bumped into Pred, and then there was quite a few other people that I know through the page. So yes, we sat down and we got a beer, and then we played with Transformers. And we had good times. We all sat there and we had fun. But it was really good. It was nice. It was nice to be involved with people like that. And I've never experienced that kind of thing before, where people just sit and they fiddle with each other's Transformers, which sounds really bizarre. It's really good fun. And then as I was sat there, a few people came up that I know through YouTube and through Facebook. You know who you are, all these people, and we had a good old chat. A pity the bar is so damn expensive, and they have like one member of staff for a rectangle bar, which is it's a big old bar. And there's quite a few people there. EastEnders bar has more people on it in the Queen Vic, and that normally has about 30 people in it. This has got about 120. So yeah, we sat playing with toys and drinking overpriced beer for quite a long period of time. And then most people went back to the rooms and got themselves ready for the evening event. Now I didn't know what the evening event was, so I went down there with a Hot Rod t-shirt on and some shorts and a few Cyberverse figures in my pocket. Walked into this massive hall, which was not the main hall, which is a different hall. And in there it was like loads of dining tables set out, like a huge wedding, with Energon cubes in the middle of the tables, which was really, really fun. And from a distance, I spotted the Gaunt brothers, Gaunt, Rodimus Minor channel. Check them out, good fun. I spotted them from a distance when I walked in. The only pit that I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk in, and if I spot anybody I know, I'm just going to plonk myself down. So I saw them, went and plonked myself down, and sat next to this lad. I don't know who he was. There was one lad on one side who was a lad from Birmingham. Who was really nice. And there was another guy on to the right of me who was, I think he was from Wales. He was a nice lad as well, but he brought down the biggest collection of Transformers that he bought that day. Like just about every single Titans Return figure, every single Combiner figure, Fort Max, all these kind of figures. He brought down and he plonked them on the table. Masterpiece Hot Rod. Masterpiece Shockwave, hundreds and hundreds of pounds. He must have spent about 600, 700 quid's worth of plastic and just put it on this table. So I'm there fiddling with these Transformers, and he's kind of a little bit not as welcoming, and so every single time I touched these Transformers, he kept like touching them and like repositioning them. So I just thought I'd had a few drinks at this point, so I just kept poking them, and he was like repositioning them. Now picking them up, which was a little bit naughty of me, I must admit. But we all had a good laugh, and it was nice. And they did like a live script reading, and then the cosplay competition, and it was great fun. It was really good. It was very professionally done, very, very well organised, and the people, when they were welcoming you in, he said, have you got anywhere to sit? And I'm going, well, I'll find somewhere to sit. And they're going, well, I can go and find you somewhere. And I went, don't you worry. I'll find myself somewhere to sit. So yeah, it was a really good laugh. After that, we went to the bar, and the TF and such lot did an unboxing of something that I brought for them for Chris Nat, and it had a lot of stuff that Chris had been wanting for ages, which was Masters of the Universe. Plus, I threw a load of other crap in there just to keep them entertained. And I thought, well, we'll do a big unboxing video. And we did this really drunk unboxing video, which ended up being a really good laugh. We all drank loads of beer. We all had a really good time. We all had fun, and we were chatting. And I went to bed at 1 o'clock. And in hindsight, maybe I should have stayed up a little bit longer. And next time I go, I'm going to stay up longer and stay out. As we were sat there, everybody was getting nicely drunk. Bisto came over. He'd had a few beers, and he was nice and drunk and happy. And we were having a good old laugh. In the morning, I got up, and because you have ordered a room through this tfnation discount thing, because we did it late. Where some people have done it early, as soon as the tickets came out, they did it as early as they possibly could. We ended up getting like a last minute one, so we ended up getting the room, which was upgraded to a decent room, and it was discounted. And there was 4 of us in the room, but we ordered the room through the tfnation thing. That meant that all 4 of us got a complimentary breakfast. Yet I only paid for 1 ticket for tfnation. Don't know if that's a loophole or what. It just ended up working out really well. So in the morning we got up and we had a breakfast. Went down to the breakfast hall and filled us boots for the big fry up and everything. Then it ended up being basically more of the same. So I had to park the car up. So I filled that up first, and then I went down and bumped into a few other people that I've been drinking with the night before, and then I met with Hopeless Chatter, whose name's Gary, and he's off the TF and such, and we were just talking in the reception, and he said he was going back into the hall. So I said that we should go in together and we should do a bit of a hunt. So we went together with the intention of finding certain Transformers. And we went on a Transformer hunt, and we had a great time, and we found stuff that we really needed to get. I went back into the bar for a little bit and sat and had a chat with some other people that I'd already met the night before. It was great fun. We had a really great time. I saw Chris and Nat before I left. Give him a hug. Get him a hug and a kiss, and definitely arranged to do all this again. And I was talking to Matthew Grant, definitely going to sort out some kind of another meeting at some point, some kind of mid-meeting where it's all easy for us to meet up. And I got in the car and drove home, and I had a great time. I had a really good time. Would I do it again? Definitely, yes. I think it's good value for money. Actually, there's a lot of things to do and see, and aside from the pros are it's a fantastic facilities. The hotel rooms are brilliant. The breakfasts are really good. Everything's really well laid out. The whole scene itself, when you have like a large room where you can do the main stuff with the hall and the buying toys, and then the big like Comic-Con type arrangement at the end of the hall. Then you have like conference hall. You have like talk rooms where they have like little enclosed spaces where people do talks, and it did like a third party one and stuff like that, which is really good. There was like a hall at the end of the corridor that had all the third party toys in like cabinets, which looked spectacular. And I bumped into quite a few people in there and had a bit of a hello. Yeah, those are the pros. It's absolutely brilliant. The cons, the food's expensive, the beer's expensive. that's probably about that. That's probably about it. Yeah, I heartily recommend it. I reckon that everybody should go to a TF Nation at some point. So yes, I'm going to be going to TF Nation again, and I hope to see the same people as I did last time. And I hope to have more time with the people that I met last time, and I had virtually no time with them at all. There's some people that came up and said hello, and I want to get to know them a little bit better, and get drunk, and have a good old time. So that's my thoughts and reflections on TF Nation. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you've enjoyed it, press subscribe or press like. If you didn't, press unlike and unsubscribe, I suppose. Don't subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm going to go and do some car booting now because I feel dirty going to a convention. See you all later.